Well, I think from a vision perspective, I think we certainly see a world where technology will enable mobility in a way where we're no longer making the compromise between usability and productivity and security. So that's obviously a space where, as we think about a FirstNet-enabled world for our first responders, where we're focusing a lot of time. And in that world, as I mentioned before, right, it's about connecting the networks and connecting those devices so the user may be using a purpose-built device for the role that they're currently performing in their job, but we know that those, based on mission, those roles that they perform and the devices that they might need to use to get the job done may vary throughout the workday and throughout the mission. We also see vertical-specific applications coming into fold, and how do we make them work together? So it's not I got to back out of this app to get into this one. It's I can have a common work group that I'm associated with. I can push to talk with that work group. I can secure message that work group. I can whiteboard with them in a collaboration application and pivot back and forth between those things without having to exit one and enter another. You mentioned earlier and asked a question around AI. Obviously, we're doing some partnership in the marketplace with some AI users, combining that with body-worn video cameras and solutions that we're developing, and thinking about how do we move in that mobility world, how do we move some capability that today is done on the back end, how do we move more of that computing to the edge? And specifically around things like whether it's an Amber Alert, a BOLO, a Silver Alert, whatever it is, how do we add to that officer, that agent in a public setting, add to their own two eyes by downloading an image of that missing child to that body-worn camera.
Using like facial recognition?
Using AI, facial recognition, descriptions, whatever it is, to have the camera now looking for that individual or looking for that lost child. Alerting the officer, or in the case of getting a hit on maybe a wanted murder suspect or something like that, not only alerting the officer that this person matches the description, but having it automated on the back end where we immediately dispatch backup to that location. So a lot of work moving the computing through mobility to the edge.
Fantastic.